Hey everyone, welcome back to the next video in our Brewery Solutions series. Ollie is an ERP, which stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. People often hear the word enterprise and think big and expensive, but that definitely isn't always the case. ERPs come in all shapes and sizes and can be used by businesses with 1, 10, 100, or 1,000 employees. Today, we'll be looking at a few key tools available on Ollie that our nano and microbrewery partners have found particularly useful. For small breweries, manpower and time are limited. There just aren't enough resources for someone's job to solely be updating software. Ollie is designed to be easy and quick to use, to complement your everyday actions in the brewhouse, and to let you spend more time doing what you love, making great beer. Today, we'll take a look at easily tracking your inventory and cost change over time, forecasting out the materials that you need, flexible Brewlogs and tracking data, and then quickly pulling reports for excise and the TTB. Let's get started. Let's begin with inventory management and understanding how costs change over time. For our inventory management, raw materials and packaging materials both operate the same way. Let's begin with raw materials. We're broken down into a couple different categories: grains, hops, miscellaneous items, and yeast. Today, I'm looking at what I have in stock, but we have a couple other options to look at as well. For any of our different items, this will show us a blended price if we have multiple lot codes at different price points available. The total amount of that item on hand right now. You can set your own notification threshold, where if you drop below that amount, you'll get a flag in the system letting you know what you're running low on. Pending additions are items that you've ordered but not received yet. Now, when we click into an item, we can see the current available lot codes, or we can look at all of our historical information. When we receive that specific lot code, the price of that lot code, and the amount on hand, so we can quickly understand how these items are changing over time. Everything in Ollie is lot-specific pricing. Whatever lot code is used in a batch, that value will get pulled in. Also, the lot tracking happens automatically. As soon as an item is used in a batch, we can quickly go in, view the transactions, and see which batch all those different items were removed for, so there's no worry about needing to do manual lot tracking ever again. We can also quickly see how all of our batch costs are changing over time. Every batch that we brew will live under this batches tab here, and we can search for everything specifically, or all of our different items will be here in chronological order. I can see a number of IPA batches that I brewed recently here. We can quickly see when we produce them, and the cost of all those individual batches, so we can see how that's going to be changing over time. When we click into a specific batch, it's going to be broken down with the cost breakdown. Overall batch cost up top, and then we can easily see every ingredient that was used, specific lot code that was pulled, quantity removed from inventory, and its direct cost, all as it's tied into the specific batch here today. We can also look at packaging runs and packaging costs and how those change over time. Navigate to the report section and go into the packaging report here. We have a date selector. We can look at any of our specific or all products, any specific package type if we wish, export this if we need to manipulate the data further, but we can see the different runs with my lot codes, the amount packaged, the appropriate volume, any loss, how the unit cost is changing over time as well, and those total packaging run costs here. Ollie helps us schedule out batches and plan for the different ingredients that we need, saving us time, energy, and money. To do this, navigate to the schedule, click into the area where we plan on brewing a batch, select the recipe and the number of turns. By doing this, it is now forecasting out all the different materials that we need. We can see this in two main places. Down below in the reports, we have a raw material forecast by batch. Here, we can see all of our upcoming scheduled brew days and the specific ingredients that we'll be short on. The goal here is that we can avoid unnecessary delays, get orders out with the appropriate amount of time, and not need to do things like apply rush shipping or anything else that can be a killer to the margins that are so important for our small business. We also have our full raw material forecast. This takes everything one step further. From here, we can look at all the different batches I have scheduled with an end date, my starting amount for every single ingredient that I need to use to brew. If we brew through that end date, where do we end up with the different amounts? And then we can see specifically where we're going to be below our acceptable threshold. What will we truly not have enough of? Ollie will then show us the different items that meet that criteria, and we can generate purchase orders directly from here. It'll enter in my preferred vendors, my preferred order sizes, and help me enter the different quantities so we can send those emails out to the appropriate vendors all through the system seamlessly. Ollie has simplified Brewlogs and ways of logging all of your important information. When starting a batch, it's going to pull us to a beginning screen here, and then we can access the Brewlog. Ollie is optimized for any sort of device and it's fully web-based, so you can load this on a phone, tablet, and iPad and have full functionality on any different device type. You can also access a paper Brewlog up here if you choose. When we're brewing, we have areas on the mash page to log different ingredients, select the appropriate lot codes, and change the amount of each ingredient that we're using. We have areas for the mash to log water volume, strike temp, mash pH. Different timers are built in as well, where we can record our rests, pour off and water, and then make any different pre-boil changes if we need. There's also an area built out into every recipe for notes. It'll pull in notes from the recipe, and then you can enter anything else that you need to as well. Next on the boil tab, we have places to log our boil time, whirlpool, update my final volume and original gravity. All the different ingredients of the boil are going to be down below, where we can timestamp hop additions and any miscellaneous items that are being used as well. After that is going to be the whirlpool, and then another notes section down below here. Moving on to yeast, we can pitch yeast, track multiple generations, and handle repitching quite easily in Ollie, or you can also use dry yeast as a miscellaneous item. Next, to be able to log information, take fermentation readings, we can click into any different tank that we need to. For example, this fermenter here. I have the options to pitch yeast or dump it, consume any other additional ingredients, transfer to a different tank or barrel, and then take my log data. Whether that's gravity, temperature, pH, these would be updating my ABV and my attenuation on the batch. And then you can customize any other field, whatever's most important for you to record down below. We then also have the options to record packaging from any tank type, update the volume, dump the remaining, or view the full tank history, whatever liquid has touched that batch. We'll finish up by looking at how Ollie can pull TTB reports and excise reports. For the TTB report, in Ollie Ops, navigate down to the report section. At the bottom, there's an area for tax. Here, we can select the quarter that we're operating with, the year for our brewer's report of operations, and we can generate this report. All these different boxes are updating based on your usage in the system, but you can click in and make any other manual changes if you need to. There's a place for zero beverage summary and for remarks. We can save and create the PDF, and all those values will get pulled into our appropriate report. This is just my demo brewery for today's purposes. We can click in, make any manual changes, download it, and do what we need to do with this report afterward as well. For our excise reports, navigate over into Ollie Order and down to the bottom for the report section. The two excise reports live near the bottom of the screen where we can scroll down and look at an excise report for inventory where we can select the appropriate date, or an excise report for revenue where we can select the appropriate date range. Both of these can be exported to a CSV or an Excel file and manipulated further after that. Thanks for tuning in and learning more about how Ollie can be used by small breweries. If you have any questions, please drop them in a comment below or reach out for more information at getollie.com. Be sure to like and subscribe for more brewery solutions and Ollie content coming soon.